Just when we thought the board was finally set up for Amphibia's final stages, out of the blue, the show introduced a character that changes the entire perspective on what is currently going on. The mother of OLMS. Who is she? And how do she and the OLMS fit into Amphibia's greater picture? Right now, I'll be explaining to you why the mother of OLMS is the origin of all amphibian life, and what impact her existence has on the whole show. Isn't the history of Amphibia thousands of years old? How can the mother of OLMS be the origin of it all? Well, consider that Andrias is already well beyond 1,000 years old and does not even appear to be in the final stages of his life. Back when Andrias' frog friend stole the calamity box and came to Earth, the mother of OLMS has already been there, meaning that she had somehow used the calamity box to travel the worlds. Taking into account that Andrias' ancestors had been possessing the box continuously up until the point when it got stolen, reveals that the mother of OLMS must have had left and obviously been alive before that period even started. So she should be old enough to be the first sentient being of Amphibia. Adding her title of mother into the discussion unmistakably proves that she brought descendants into this world. Moreover, the inhabitants of Amphibia are all based on a variety of real-life species, and were then combined with some creative freedom. So it is justifiable to assume all amphibians of Amphibia have evolved from one and the same species, which would be the OLMS. Frogs and toads did truly evolve from a genus called Ichthyostija. I'm just going to call them Itchy. Itchy were a type of fish with legs, basically having the appearance of salamanders, and thus being similar in appearance to the ancestor of real newts and OLMS. While not all Itchies can be considered amphibian, several species from this genus are said to be the first ever amphibians. Therefore, since there is no confirmation the mother of OLMS is an OLM herself, she might be an Itchy, whose children then turned out to be OLMS. Given that there has only been 1 or 2 confirmed cases of living OLMS in Amphibia, it is reasonable to assume the species has mostly died out. How come they faced extinction when they were so dangerous? That's likely just because evolution took its course, splitting up the OLMS further into the main species of today's Amphibia. In support of this theory, proof that there have been more than the 2 known OLMS in the past is hidden all over Amphibia. A mural in the castle portrays a variety of marine life and worm-like creatures, signifying that just like in reality, life first began in the water, before the worm-like Itchies and OLMS walked on the land. Based on Lissel and Angwin, we know that in the show, OLMS are depicted as worms with feathery gills. On another instance, Andrias once said, "Thank OLMS," the way someone would say thank God, implying OLMS are recipients of honor and respect, like ancestors usually are too. Besides, I'm just going to throw into the room that Andrias does in fact serve his ancestors, that are all stored inside of the core. Most importantly, however, beside other minor appearances, OLM decorations can be found in the first and third temple, what provides evidence that the OLMS had an immense cultural influence in the past. The second temple is not a building, but even in this episode, Valeriana's staff is literally an OLM. As you might have guessed, this theory gets even better. If the OLMS are connected to the temples and Valeriana's order of the Calamity Box, they are necessarily related to the Calamity Box itself, thus linking the mother of OLMS to the box too. With this, we return to what came up at the beginning of the video. The mother of OLMS once had access to the box. Putting 2 and 2 together, chances are high she is closely linked to the creation of the box, likely being its first user. Based on this knowledge, it is well within the realm of possibility the mother of OLMS was the one who started the whole world conquering, but changed her mind upon encountering intelligent life on Earth and realizing that humans lead valuable lives too, leading up to her decision to stay there. Her presence on Earth could ultimately be the reason why Earth was never approached by Andrias' other ancestors before, and concurrently the initial motive for creating the core. For more content dealing with Amphibia's final season, subscribe to Frogtunes.